In this piano tutorial, we will be learning how to play the song El Shaddai by Amy Grant in the key of C major, and I'll be sharing some gospel or jazz chord substitutions, passing chords, and progressions that we can use within the song or within any other song that has similar progressions, right? And if you like these types of videos, don't forget to leave a like. That helps out the channel a bunch, okay? So let's get into the basic chords of this song. That way you have an understanding of how the song goes. And something that you're going to notice is that the chords of the song sort of follow the circle of fourths, right? What I mean by that is that we're going to start on a chord, and then we're going to go to the fourth of that chord, and then to the fourth of that next chord, right? So we're starting on the key. We're in the key of C major, right? We're starting on the second, right, of the scale, which is D minor. So it goes like this: D minor, then the fourth of D minor is G, then the fourth of G is C major, then the fourth of that is F, and then we go into the fourth of F, which is sort of out of the C major scale, which is B flat. And then from B flat, we're going to go sort of back into the C major scale, right? We're not going to go to E flat, but we're going to go to E, right? So, right, E major, and then we're back to A. And now from here, we want to get back to D minor, which was the first chord that we started on, and we sort of play a passing progression, I guess we can call it, right? We play A minor, G major, and then A major, right? These are the basic chords, and then we get back to D minor. And it's sort of the same progression until that last section, right? El Shaddai. We get to B flat again, but instead of going to E major, we're going to go to G, which is sort of going to bring us back home, right? We're going to G and then to C. Right, and that's basically the whole song. Those are the basic chords. So let's get into my approach to the song. So like always, I like to maintain the melody. So you're going to notice how my chords have the melody as the last note of the chord, right? So for the two, we can start off like this, right? Sort of an open voicing for D minor, right? D minor add 2. And something that I like to do is include substitutions of the chords that I have, right? Instead of just completely substituting them, I like including them sort of as passing chords. For example, this D minor, a common substitution for this can be F major, right? If we analyze D minor and F major, those two chords have two notes in common, so most of the time they can be substituted for one another. So the way that I play this part is like this. Right, so I played a D minor, then an F major, right? And this voicing that I'm using is an add 2, but I like the way that the notes are spaced out, right? F, C, A, and then G, which is the 2 of F, and then C and F, okay? So and then we land on the G, and the voicing that I'm using is a drop 2 voicing, right? Very common in gospel, where I'm basically playing a G over B, okay? Now here, the next chord, it's a C, right? But there's a passing chord that I like to use before getting to the C. It's not that common, but it's sort of a G over F7, right? and it appears on the screen, or I guess the name would be an F9 13 sharp 11, but that's a little bit too complicated for me, so I'll just call it a G major over an F with the minor 7, right? So let's see how this meshes into this part of the song. So right, so from here we get to the 1, which is C, but again we're using that drop 2 voicing. So now the next chord is an F, right? We can either go directly to the F, or we can choose to use sort of another passing chord. And this passing chord is actually derived from C, right? Usually when we go from C to F, we can use a dominant 7 to go to the F, right? Because of that secondary dominant theory, right? But instead of using the C7, I'm going to use the tritone of C, which is F sharp, right? Tritone just means that it's separated by an interval of 3 whole steps, right? So we just count 1, 2, 3, and basically we can substitute the F sharp 7 for the C7, right? Instead of using C7, we use an F sharp 7. And I like voicing it like this, or I like adding some alterations to it, right? Something like this, right? That sharp 5. And let's see how that meshes into the song. So right, or this flat 5. The flat 5 in this case is the C right here. So and as you can see, the reason why I'm using this voicing for F sharp, I'm still maintaining the melody, right? That's the most important part to me right there. So we use this F sharp 7 flat 5 as a passing chord to F, right? So that's something that you can use in other songs as well. For example, let's say we were doing a 5-1-4 progression in the key of C major, right? 5-1-4 is a 5-1-4, right? We can also substitute the 1 for that F sharp or the tritone, right? Right? Instead of doing, we can do this. Or we can even include them both. Okay, so that's a small lesson that I hope you guys can try to apply to other songs as well. So let's get back into the song. So we were in the part that says, and actually there's something else that we can do here as well. Instead of just going directly to F sharp, we can include sort of a bass movement, right? Where we go down chromatically from A to A flat to G down to the F sharp, and it sounds something like this, okay? Right? I just went down from A and then down to that F major. Now from here we're going to B flat, right? And something that I like to do again, using that secondary dominant, right? F is the secondary dominant of B flat, right? Or it's the 5 of B flat. So we're going to use F as a dominant in this case, but still trying to maintain that melody, which is in this case D. So we were here, we do this, H to H, right? So from F to B flat major 7, right? Now here the next chord is an E major, but we can sort of use a set of passing chords to get to that E major, right? And what I do here is analyze what comes next after that E major. And after the E major, it's an A minor. And a very popular progression to get from E to A is the 7-3-6, right? The 3 is the E and the 6 is the A. But the 7 in this case, it's not B flat. It's a B, right? But in this case, to try to maintain the melody, let's voice it in a way that it maintains that melody, right? So we did this part. Da, 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 da. So what I do here is just simply go from B flat to that 7, right? B7 sharp 9, and then to the E. So H to H, you're still the same. Here we're on the E, right? Then we use a passing chord to get to A minor, right? And a very simple passing chord is just going down a half step and playing a diminished 7th chord from here, right? So H to H, you're still the same by the power, right? And we're here on A. So that was a whole set of chords to get to that A. And then we go back to that progression from A minor to G major, right, that we learned in the beginning. And then to this A major, but sort of voiced as a diminished chord, right? Instead of playing an A7 over C sharp, I substitute the A for this B flat, which makes it a C sharp diminished chord. So, by the power of your name. And then we're back to that too. El Shaddai, El Shaddai, El Elyon, da, da, da. Now we're back to this B flat, but remember that in this part of the song, it doesn't go to an E major again. It goes to a G. But again, instead of just going directly to the G, and then we analyze the next chord is actually a C. So it goes from B flat to G to C. So we can actually include another chord to sort of make it a 2-5-1 progression, right? G is the 5 and C is the 1. So the 2 in this case would be a D minor. And we can simply just go from B flat to the 2, then the 5, and then the 1, okay? So in this part it goes, we will praise and lift, right? And lift, we play a D minor, the 2, lift you high. And then we play the 5. In this case, I'm voicing it as a G7 sus4. El Shaddai. And then we're back to C major, okay? And that's basically the whole song. So what I'm going to do now is play the whole song uninterrupted, slightly improvised, so forgive any mistakes that I may make. But I'm going to leave a MIDI file in the description that you can download to support this channel. And hopefully you're able to learn something extra from this section of the video.